So as we breathe in deeply, relaxing into this moment, knowing that the universal force is always our center, is always guiding and uplifting us. And as we breathe through these 2 minutes and beyond, we know that we quietly play into and with life. So as we peacefully and joyfully come back into this room, knowing that all is well, I introduce you to you, our musicians for today. Sandra Manning, Omega Ray, and Lukman Franks.
Good morning. How are you? Happy Sunday. We're going to start this first song off with some audience participation. Let's just get on into it. So you can stand up if you want, you can clap, you can do whatever you're comfortable doing. Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me learn from all the ways I failed.
Let me learn from all the ways I failed.
Oh, let me learn from all the ways I failed.
Let me learn from all the ways I failed. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me walk each day a little kinder.
Let me walk in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me walk each day a little kinder.
Let me walk in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me walk each day a little wiser.
Let me walk in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me walk each day a little wiser.
Let me walk in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let my steps reveal a path of peace.
Let me step in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let my steps reveal a path of peace.
Let me step in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Rain. I'm so happy to be your hostess today and to be back here after a year and many months. Thank you so much. Our amazing musicians, we are so blessed. Sundra Manning, Omega Ray, Lukeman Frank. Thank you. Welcome to the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where we teach spiritual principles and practices that nourish us, uplift us, and celebrate our oneness with all of life. Just seeing people out there I haven't seen in so long. So nice. And welcome to those of you joining via live stream or Facebook today, and a special welcome to those of you here for the first time with us this morning. If you are new and would like to learn more, you can email Constance Chapman or find her after the service. She is our administrative coordinator, and her email is constance@oaklandcsl.org. Now let's take a moment to bless our children wherever they are. I will say it. If you see it, you can say it with me. We honor all our youth and children in our community and the world. We love you. We see you. You are Spirit's gift to us. Thank you for being in our lives, and so it is. Funny, I just have to add also, and thank you for going back to school tomorrow and giving our lives a different amount of space. I have just a few announcements this morning. Next Wednesday, practitioner Judith Roberts will speak about our monthly theme of a playful pause for guidance. Meditation will be at 6:30 and service at 7, and Wednesday services are continuing on Zoom. Today, prayer room or upper room will be right after service in the social hall. Watch for directions for this new COVID-safe prayer room from practitioner Dorothy Mendez. The bookstore courtyard clearance sale is canceled today, but they are reorganizing and will be back. Also know that the sanctuary will be cleared out into the courtyard right after service so that you can mingle with others and share coffee and tea. Are you ready to release your pandemic sweatpants? I'm not so sure, actually. The Spiritual Weight Loss Support Group meets every Saturday on Zoom from 9:30 to 11 a.m. You can text Deborah Jackson at 510-652-7269 for more information. Reverend Jeff's memorial service will be September 4th at 11 a.m. Remember to RSVP using the link on the homepage, the events page, or in the Village News. You can check the Village News for links to these and other activities. We have many more groups, ministries, and events happening here at the Center for Spiritual Living. For information on all that's going on at your Oakland Center, you can visit our website, oaklandcsl.org. Now, please read along with me as I read our vision and mission statement. The vision of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is to joyfully reveal the love and oneness of God. We are a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community dedicated to individual transformation and collective growth. Our purpose is to love, inspire, and serve our community and the world through education, music, prayer, and play. And so it is. And now I'd like to introduce and bring up again our pulpit assistant, Lewis Thompson.
As usual, we have two readings for you today. The first one is from Ernest Holmes. You exit that divine feeling via imagination, and creativity may be expressed through you. The Spirit comes to you with a new and fresh creativity. Be yourself and express life as you find it. The second reading is by Michael Bernard Beckwith. Artistic perceptivity provides individuals the capacity to see beauty. The energy of luminous perfection Artistic perceptivity provides individuals the capacity to see beauty. The energy of luminous perfection behind a seemingly imperfect world. It enables us to see the indescribable. As a soulful artist, our inner vision begins to penetrate the world of concrete appearances. Relaxing once again into the space. Knowing that we are one with this force that we call God. This force that imbues us with strength, spirit, spiritual love, creativity. The knowing of our own consciousness as God's consciousness. Allow us to see, know the perfection that we hold inside ourselves, that we transmit outwardly, blessing everyone we come in contact with on this planet. I speak a word, though, that this service is whole. It is perfect. It is complete in the mind of God and in my mind and in our mind. I bless each one here in the sanctuary, on Facebook, on Zoom, on live stream, wherever you are, partaking of the service now and in the future. I know that all is divinely guided, empowered, and strengthened by the individual spirits that move into and about this planet. I give thanks for all the good that each one in this room, each one on live stream, Facebook, anywhere else partaking of the service and beyond. Receive God's love, God's grace, God's empowerment, God's strength to move forward proudly, powerfully, gracefully, and lovingly. So I let go of this word, knowing that the service is done. It is done in the mind of God. It is done in our mind. And we'll receive all that we need to from this service. For we are truly, truly blessed. And so it is. Now I'd like to introduce you to our fabulous musicians once again. Lukman, Omega, and Sandra.
There is a light, a holy light. There is a light, a holy light. There is a light, a holy light. There is a light that is shining for you, coming in to make you holy, shining for you, coming in to make you whole.
There is a holy love. There is a love. There is a love, a holy love. There is a love that is shining for you, coming in to make you whole, shining for you, coming in to make you whole. There is a peace, a holy peace. There is a peace. There is a peace, a holy peace. There is a peace that is shining for you, coming in to make you whole, shining for you, coming in to make you whole.
Holy Spirit is all around you. Holy Spirit that will shine for you. Coming in to make you holy, shining for you. Coming in to make you whole.
Coming in to make you whole.
Again, what a beautiful, beautiful creative expression of music you provided us today. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, look at everybody out here. How wonderful it is. And I'm here today, Reverend Jerry, to share with you that we have an incredible lineup of guest speakers this month in August. And today, our guest speaker, who is no stranger to this platform or to Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, she's been on the road, but she's back now. And I'm so honored when we invited Reverend Sally Bartholomew to come and speak today. We knew that the topic, a playful pause, was the topic made for her this day. So let's welcome Reverend Sally.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. See if I can do this without throwing everything off. I did. Yay. Let's see. All right. Good morning. Good morning. You're all so quiet. Wow. I think it throws me off a little bit because we have been on the road, and it is really so good to be here with all of you. Oh, thank you. Here. Thank you, Louise. Got to get all my ducks in a row here. So good morning. Hello, Oakland Center for Spiritual Living and our live streamers. Wow, what a glorious day. Are you ready to have some fun today? Yeah, I knew you would be. Today we are speaking on the theme, collectively, I am speaking on the theme of a playful pause. And so let's kind of jump into this. Have you ever gone camping? How many have gone camping? All right, you're my peeps. I knew that. So when you go camping, you can imagine that there's magic and there's mystery out in the world. And you go out into nature and you get to mingle with family and friends, old and new friends, right? And as our reading said today from Ernest Holmes, he says, "You exist so that divine feeling and fire, imagination and creativity may be expressed through you. Spirit comes to you with a new and fresh creativity. Be yourself. Express life as you find it. Be yourself. Express life as you find it. Playfulness is encouraged. Yes? Yes. I hear a yes. I heard a yes from way in the back. Thank you, Deborah. My peeps are in the room. So, as I was preparing for this talk, the movie, Patch Adams, it came up in my mind. And so, of course, I watched it, because when Spirit gives me messages, I pay attention and I watch. So I watched the movie, Patch Adams. I highly recommend it. And what the movie does is it explores how connecting on a personal level and using joy and laughter is really the best medicine for life. You know, life has been kind of, right? Yeah. So watching that movie helped me to reconnect with this idea. And I'm not going to tell you all about the movie, but I will tell you about a couple of key scenes in the movie that I think are really important. There's one in particular where Patch Adams, Patch, gets his nickname, I think. His given name is Hunter. And Hunter checks himself into a mental asylum because he's not feeling great about life, and he's afraid he'll harm himself. So he checks into this mental asylum. And as he's being admitted, they take him around into the community room. And in the community room, he sees several interesting individuals. And one man in particular catches his eye. This one man walks around the community room. How many fingers do you see? How many fingers do you see? How many fingers? How many fingers? And when anyone answers the question, 1, 2, 3, 4, wow, he just goes berserk, throws things around, and really gets upset. Okay, so Patch saw this, and later in the day, he decided that he would go visit this patient. So he goes and he visits the patient, and the patient's sitting at his desk. Oh, let me tell you a little bit about the patient. The patient is a very well-known, I think he's a scientist. He's a genius. He's just really intelligent, but he's kind of lost his mind, wouldn't you say, if you go berserk like that? And so he too has checked himself into this asylum. So later in the day, Hunter goes to visit this scientist. And during the visit, the scientist is madly writing out formulas and the answers to formulas on his desk, and he's got papers all over, and he's got this coffee cup sitting on his desk. And so Hunter comes and sits next to him at his desk, and he looks over and he sees this coffee cup, and he sees that it's leaking, and so he picks up the coffee cup, and in the process of picking up the coffee cup, he notices a little sticky tape. And so he tapes the sticky tape to the cup, and in doing so, he patches the leak, and thereby gets his name, his nickname, Patch. So, that's a really cool scene, but it goes on, and this is the important part that I want you to hear. Ready? Are you listening? Okay. After fixing the coffee cup, Patch asks the scientist that very important question. And he's a little weary about asking this question, right? He says, "What's the answer to your question?" And he raises up his 4 fingers. And the man asks him, "How many fingers do you see?" and Patch. He says 4, waiting for the guy to go berserk. But he doesn't, because he's seen what Patch did with the coffee cup. So he's calm. The guy remains calm. And he says, no, there's your problem. Never focus on the problem. See me, the one. See the whole world anew. Wow. When you focus on the problem, you can never see the solution. Look beyond the fingers. See what no one else sees. See the one, the whole. As it said in the song this morning, the light that's within you, the wholeness that's within you. Look for the solution. I don't know about you, but I could have stopped the movie right there and I would have gotten everything. We could stop this talk right here, but there's more. Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, in January of 1945, understood the message of this movie. And what he says in the magazine is a pause for guidance, and I'm going to read it to you here. We are immersed in an infinite sea of intelligence which instantly knows the answer to any problem, not because it enters into contemplation of the problem, since principles have no problems, right? But because it instantly knows the answer to any problem. And when we ask for divine guidance, we are really bringing our problem to a principle, which has no problems. If we can get away from the problem long enough to find the answer, we shall. When the mind turns to the divine for a solution to its problems, the divine, being ever present, answers intuitively. Listen, intuitively, knowing not the problem, but the solution. Can you imagine that? Do you think you could use that in your life? I'm seeing some nods. Some, I'm not so sure. By focusing not on the hunt for illness, but on finding a solution, Patch Adams, the doctor, solved the coffee cup and many other problems for his patients. Oh, I wasn't going to tell you any more about the movie. Anyway, in Science of Mind, we teach. What do we teach? We teach oneness and unity with God. We teach in the reality of our innate wholeness. This is what we teach. We teach the solution to be focused upon. Nothing is ever left out. Nothing. And this means that the totality of our human existence, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, playful, it's all part of the solution. So, life is meant to be playful, fun, good. Ernest Holmes used to say on his radio broadcast, there's a power for good in the universe, and we can use it. We're meant to be happy, joyous, free, and we're meant to pause from our daily grind, our daily seriousness, and take time for play. It's an important way for us to co-create our life. And when we do this, we're activating divine qualities of creativity, flow, fun, joy, and rest. The biblical quote for today, "And on the seventh day, the Lord rested." Now, let's define some terms here. The theme is a playful pause. So what is playful? Playful is a descriptive term or an adjective that means fond of games, amusement, lighthearted, frisky, fun, loving, and joyful. Yes? And pause, like many divine qualities, and I don't know why this is so, but it could be defined as a noun or also as a verb. So as a noun, it means to stop, to rest. And as a verb, it means to make a brief stop, delay, or hesitate, to dwell or linger. So let's pause for a moment. Paul, I think I need you up here. Can you come help? I want to set the stage for one of my favorite spiritual practices. So I will hold underneath, if you will. We got it.
What is under?
Let's have some fun. One of my favorite spiritual practices. I mean, how can you stay serious? How can you stay when you see these bubbles? Look at the beauty. Look at the delight. Look at the wonder. You know, if you do this once a day, and I'm seeding your ability to do this as you leave the sanctuary today, please pick up a bottle of bubbles once a day. Just blow some bubbles for yourself. And I will tell you, Maureen, I'm thinking of you in particular, my dog loves bubbles, loves to snap and jump and play with the bubbles. So this is my playful spiritual practice. It's my idea of having fun as a spiritual practice. Should I leave it on? All right, I will leave it on. Enough said, I love it. So during the month of August, we are inviting everyone to take a pause for divine guidance, to rest, rejuvenate, to prepare for the next leg of your journey. Now, before every camping trip in our consciousness caravans, and Sam, I don't know which is better for you with the camera there, with our consciousness caravans, we take time, we pause. We restock the pantry and the refrigerator. We check the tires and the engine. And I love it. Spirit is in the house. Yes, Spirit is in the house. So we take time. And I got to tell you, there's one other thing that I take time to do before we go on any consciousness caravans trip. And that is, I decide what I'm going to play with. Most of you know I'm a crafty person, and so I decide what is it that wants to come with me on this journey. What crochet project, what craft project, what writing project, painting project, and I look for this feeling of energy that's bubbling up and say, okay, you're coming with me. So I have a question for you. You don't have to answer out loud, but answer for yourself. What do you do for fun? What do you do that brings you joy, that stirs your creative juices? I want you to ask that question to yourself and answer it for yourself. And whatever it is, all right, raise your right hand. Make a pledge. Today, I will do something playful. Amen. So you might be wondering, okay, so how can I do something playful? How many of you meditate? All right, this is a very easy way to do something playful. Next time you meditate, or next time you get up to go get a drink of water, stop for 3 breaths and allow yourself to imagine these bubbles, right? Allow that giggling, playful energy to just reside within you. It's always there, always there. Allow it to bubble up. So, we humans, even us adults, are inherently playful. Sometimes we forget, so sometimes we need to be reminded. Another way for us to be reminded is to watch kids, children, right? You know, in Antioch, right across the street from my house is a park. It's a playground. And the kids out there, well, they haven't been out there for most of this whole COVID season, but now that we're opening up and the kids are out there and they're playing and we get to sit in our garage and watch these kids play, it is so joyful. I recommend find a park bench, sit yourself down, and watch the kids play. You'll learn so much about life, about God, and the creativity of God as us. Yes. So the pause aspect of it isn't only being meditative, it's also taking naps. How many of you take naps? You don't have to answer that. I know. I know. A lot of people don't want to admit it, but did you know that you're in really good company? That some of the most intelligent and creative people that have ever lived, and the one that pops instantly to my mind is Einstein, took naps. Why do we pause? Why do we take naps? Why do we step away from the grind of life? We do it because sometimes when we're working so hard to get something done, we come up against a mental block, right? I know there's times when I'm working on talks or something and it's like, it's not going to work. And yet when I stand up, I move away from the computer, I go for a walk, I look out in nature, and all of a sudden, that's what I'll do. I'll bring bubbles to the sanctuary. Yeah. This is how it works for me. So, I'm going to invite you this week to allow yourself to do something silly. Okay, I try not to use that word, but growing up as Sally, silly and Sally seem to kind of go together. So, do something silly. Go have fun. I invite you to ask yourself, what game or activity, what creative endeavor, finger paints, anybody? Finger paints? Can I do that I stopped doing because it was a waste of time? What can I do to add this spiritual practice of playfulness into my life? All right, as I'm closing us out here, take one final look at the bubbles. You got the bubbles? Now close your eyes. Allow yourself to imagine within your own mind's eye, in your heart, those bubbles. Or something, anything that makes you giggle every time you play it. allow yourself to feel the joy of it. Now you can open your eyes and imagine with me what would happen if you did this for, say, a week, at least once a day. Once a day for a week. Can you imagine that energy flowing through you as you? I guarantee that focusing on the playful solution will expand the presence and the recognition of more solutions in your life. So I talked about the bubbles, gifting them to you today. Take a couple, there's plenty. There is an abundance in this world of plenty. Come on, let's play. And so it is. Thank you all. Let's move into our time of prayer here in the community. So as we turn within, allowing the memory and the image of those bubbles to infuse our recognition of that one power, that one presence, that one divine joy that bubbles up through everything, through the rivers that Reverend Jeff so loved, through the beauty of nature, the wonder and color of flowers and butterflies. One ever-present divine intelligence. I know that this one is my life. I know that this one is the life of every beloved in this sanctuary, on live stream and beyond. There is truly only one. And knowing this, I bless all of us. I bless our playfulness in particular. I bless our ability to let go and allow the love, the joy, the creativity of spirit to reveal itself in, through, and as each of us every day for at least a week. I bless this beautiful world. And I continue with the prayers for our community, blessing the Oakland Public Education Fund, the center's nonprofit partner for this month, knowing that this nonprofit leads the development of community resources in the Oakland schools so that all students can learn, grow, and thrive. I bless our planet, Mother Earth, grateful for her beauty and resilience and our increasingly mindful stewardship of her. I bless our youth, our miniature teachers, masters of joy and love and creativity, knowing that they are guided by loving minds and hearts of spirit within themselves and around them. I bless all of those in service to creating a world that works for everyone and bringing that home. I bless everyone who's had anything to do with this service in the sanctuary and beyond. And I'm knowing love and comfort, healing for those impacted by challenges of whatever form. Knowing the solution is present for Tina Marie Scott, for Grady Noble, for Gail Johnson, for Penny, Bonnie Gonzalez's sister, for Beverly, the mother of our practitioner, Lori Abendroth. Knowing peace and comfort and healing for all those impacted by any disasters, whether COVID, any problems. And I'm knowing peace and comfort for those who have made their transition, including our beloved Reverend Jeff, for his family and friends and this Oakland Center community. I'm knowing peace and comfort for Frances Louise Bridges and her family, Robert and Benny. And I know that right here in this moment, Spirit, God, is playing, is being, is revealing itself, knowing itself, loving itself. And I am so grateful for this opportunity to play with and as Spirit. And from this place of gratitude, I simply release. I let go the problem. I let go, handing it over to the Spirit, the principle that has no problems. I know the solution is ever present. And pausing here, I simply let it be. And together we say, and so it is. And so it is, beloveds. Thank you. Now we move into our time of conscious giving, and I believe there's going to be a slide up there. There we go. We were pausing. Did you see that? We were pausing. All right. Joyously I give with an attitude of abundance, knowing that as I give, I do receive. So you take your gift, and upon exiting, you place your gift in the basket, and you pick up some bubbles before you go. Thank you, everyone. Blessed be.
I told you so. That was fun. Thank you, Reverend Sally. Lovely. Also, we want to make sure that if you are here for the very first time, that we acknowledge you. Our ushers have a gift for you, so if you just raise your hand, is there anyone here for the very first time? Okay, so I think we're good then. We'll invite our musicians, or Lewis, or our musicians. Musicians, back to the platform, please. Thank you.
Be encouraged. We'll see you through, yeah. Be the first to fill your heart with. Be about it. Sing a song about it. Never doubt it. Inspirational love is our shelter. Now and always love. Before and after love. Love gives you courage. It heals your heart. It's the best thing. You can't go wrong with it. 'Cause it's eternal and it has no end. So stand on up for full dimensional love is our shelter. Now and always, before and after love. Love gives you courage. your heart and it's the best thing, 'cause it's eternal, has no end. It's our shelter, it's the best thing for you and me. It's our shelter, now and always, before and after love, love.
Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. Oh, brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. Oh, you know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. Hey, see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. Oh, you know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today.
Come on, son. Be encouraged, we'll see you through, yeah. Be the first to fill your heart with. Be about it. Sing a song about it. Never doubt it. Inspirational love is our shelter. Now and always love. Before and after love, love, love gives you courage. Well, it heals your heart and it's the best thing. Can't go wrong with it, 'cause it's eternal and it has no end. So stand on up for love. Full dimensional love is our shelter. Now and always love. Before and after love, 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 love. Thank you. Give it up for Sandra. Yeah.
Sawatakachie. That makes sense to anybody? No? Oh, but spirit does make sense to us, doesn't it? I'd like to thank all of you for coming here today. everyone on the live stream and the other forms of internet intelligence. I know that as we leave here, we are all blessed. What a wonderful message that Reverend Sally has brought to us. She brings fun, and she brings wisdom. So, I now claim on PowerPoint our closing affirmation. And let's say it all together. I take time today to play to with and as spirit. So if anyone wants prayer, please go to the social hall. We are providing prayer in the social hall today. I'm sorry, folks, we're not doing it on live stream or internet. Don't forget your bubbles. I'd like to thank you all for coming again. I'd like to also give thanks to our musical trio of Sandra Manning on piano, Omega Ray and Lugman Frank on vocals. And now our closing song.
Please stand.
Please sing.
Please play.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think that God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. And God needs us to shine His light as me, as you. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. And so it is.
Have a beautiful rest of your day, OCSL. Thank you.